Down in turn number 3.
Well, I've seen a lot of things, but I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. That fuel is just running right down. That thing's full of fuel. They keep them full all the time. I just wonder what it's going to do to the racetrack.
Well, here comes the fire crew. You see the red truck bottom of the screen. They've got to get that out because that fire could damage the racing surface.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, you got fuel that's on fire. It could eat that asphalt right up.
It is commonplace for track safety, rescue, track drying vehicles to circulate the track under a caution flag. Drivers must maintain reasonable speed while catching up the pack and avoid those emergency vehicles. They're brightly lit and everything. That's easy to do when you can be under control of your race car.
I just wonder if Montoya was going down the back catching up with the field and he didn't know the safety truck was up there. They called him on the radio and said, "Watch that safety truck," and the car darted hard right. Something had to happen.
I saw sparks underneath. The car broke, and I don't believe he had steering control.
I don't either. I mean,
the car went up the track.
When you see the sparks come out from the car, it just looks like it had a flat tire or something happened to it. I don't know how many gallons of jet fuel that thing holds, but I guarantee you it's got several gallons in it. Several, probably 100.
Track personnel exited that cleanup truck very quickly after the collision and walked away.
That's got to be eating the track up. I just wonder what it's going to do to it, Larry.
Yeah, that fire's been burning for quite a while now.
And let's reiterate, Juan Pablo Montoya climbed from his car and walked quickly away. The car destroyed. He is all right and trying to get what is now a jet fuel fire under control, blazing in turn number 3.
But Darrell, I keep going back. We just had gotten a report. They were telling me in my ear that Montoya had a bad vibration in every gear he was putting it in. So something was going on with that 42 car.
The race has been red flagged. That means the cars have been stopped well away from the turn 3 scene. They've been red flagged on the back straightaway. And you're looking at what happens when 200 gallons of jet fuel meet a spark or something very hot after a collision like that.
Yeah, that thing just burst into flame. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Still trying to get it under control.
And you know, I would say maybe they could drive it down off the track, but if you look, the driver's door is caved in. I don't think you can even get in the vehicle if you were brave enough to try it.
Now, we've just had pit stops. Everyone from 5th place on back has stopped. Dave Blaney did not pit under this caution, along with Landon Castle, Tony Raines, and David Gilliland. They are the race leaders as we are under the red flag. Blaney driving for the Tom Baldwin Jr. team. Castle with a brand new ride, and Raines, who just got a ride a few weeks ago into the Daytona 500 with teammate the Gilliland at Front Row Motorsports. They are the race leaders under this red flag for a bizarre incident entering turn number 3. When Indy 500 and Monaco Grand Prix winner Juan Pablo Montoya went down the back straightaway, something on the car broke from the sparks underneath, lost control of the steering, and slid up into the trailer that held that jet helicopter engine, which was blowing debris off the racetrack while we were under caution.
Yeah, as far as the drivers that pitted, Matt Kenseth in the 17, who had been leading, he won the battle off pit road. That car is destroyed.
Look at Montoya's car.
More fire trucks going to the scene. Now, that's the front of the race car. It hit the trailer, which went up in the air, and the race car pretty much submarined underneath it.
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Watch Montoya's car on this replay as we try to discern what may have broken. We're under caution.
Here he comes back here. You can see him coming. Jet dryers up high. He sees the safety truck flashing its lights, sparks fly, and around he goes.
Here's a different angle. See the safety trucks up top?
Wow. I mean, it just exploded. When it hit it, it just exploded.
And he was traveling at a high rate of speed, trying to catch back up at the field.
Back of the field.
Montoya climbs away, and the driver of the safety truck was helped from his vehicle, walked down the banking and away. We have some audio from Juan Pablo Montoya.
Something massively broken. Yes, with the transmission or something. If I try to accelerate, it just starts vibrating out of control every gear. Look at the rear of the car. Hey, we just broke and hit the safety truck. You all right? You all right? Gotta try to get out of the car. He might be on fire. He's out of the car.
Let's go back to Montoya's pit stop prior to this. And a lot of work going on under the car, Larry.
Yeah, evidently, you know, he was talking about maybe the vibration in every gear. It's like they were maybe trying to look and see if they had a rear end problem or something. That's the reason this crew member is sitting there trying to rotate the tire back and forth, and they're looking underneath in the drivetrain area.
And then he pulled off pit road, tried to gain speed down the backstretch, and catch up to the pack under the caution flag.
Look how hot that was. And I guarantee that's where he slammed into it.
And the most important thing, everyone is all right. Now that truck was up against the safer barrier, which is steel, but is backed by foam blocks, which have doubtless taken a hit from the heat of that fire. And the big question right now is what kind of shape is the racing surface in that was aflame after this strange crash down at turn number 3.
Fuel, you can see fuel still running out of that tank. It's 200 gallon in there. It's still running down the hill.
While they clean this up in turn 3 and the cars are stopped on the backstretch under the red flag. Let's go down to John Roberts and Michael Waltrip for a race recap.
Mike, thanks a lot. Back in the Hollywood Hotel. Mike, I guess when you ever